Hey, welcome back to Garbage Island. It's especially garbagey today. This is what I've been working on. It's a power feeder for, table saw or router. Credit where credit is due. I totally ripped this idea off from Matthias Wandel. He's a frickin' genius when it comes to making these kind of jigs. And yeah, I just stole the idea. So, but I did make a few modifications, based on my lack of a proper drill and a few other things, but it's essentially the same deal. I'll put a link in the upside down to Matthias's build of this. He does a much better job of explaining it. The only real difference here is I didn't have an actual drill to use, but I did have this old Craftsman drill that I rescued from the trash, and the batteries no longer worked on it, and they're just too expensive to replace, so I tore the motor out of it, and that's still good. And because it doesn't have any, handle or anything to keep it from flipping around, I had to mount it to something else. And I just put this on a pivot, on a little axle, so that it pivots up and down. So that's really the only thing that's different between his and mine. Not having any batteries for the thing, I've been running this off of a wall wart. This is a 12 volt, 1 amp wall wart. Now the drill was 9.6 volts and probably, I don't know how many amps, probably 3 or something like that, maybe more. And so this thing heats up pretty damn good when you run it for a little while. Anyway, this is a frickin' clever idea. Poor man's power feeder. The basic idea here is this rotates a shaft, the shaft rotates the wheel, and the wheel pulls your material through your saw or router or whatever it happens to be. The tension is provided by this spring. It's on a pivot so that it kind of puts some downward pressure on the piece as it's running through. And if you put it at a bit of an angle, so not straight perpendicular to your saw, but just a bit of an angle, it will force the piece into the fence and keep it flush against the fence. So that's basically it. Let's go give her a go. Let's try something a little bit longer. So that actually works pretty well. You do have to tinker with the speed and try and find some optimum settings. And the tension, of course, is a real big deal. Another nice thing about this is it keeps your meat puppets well away from the blades, so there is a safety aspect to this as well. Thanks for killing some time with me in the shop. Cheers, everyone.